Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Elevate Your Soul podcast. Today's episode I made for anyone who is wanting to consume less alcohol or quit drinking alcohol altogether. Now, removing alcohol from your life on its own is going to be a much harder process than you may imagine, because a lot of us drink for the very reason to be social and socialize and hang out with a group of people and a lot of our friends at the same time. And sadly, in our society, there's not many events and times that we are all hanging out with each other and a group of our friends where we are not drinking alcohol. So by you saying you don't want to drink and avoiding going out to town with your friends or avoiding going to a party with your friends when everyone's drinking, you're creating a void in your life that you're not going to be able to fill unless you take action and make conscious decisions to fill that void with something that is a human need. And connection and communication is a human need. You know, back in the day when we were living in tribes, we had community and we thrived off of human connection and hanging out in groups of people. This is completely normal and very, very healthy for us. And it's healthy for our mental health and our physical health as well. It feeds our soul. It nourishes our bodies and our soul when we can hang out with a group of our friends. That's really, really good for us. And if you're struggling with not wanting to drink and not wanting to go out to town or having troubles with going to parties and being the only person who's not drinking and feeling like you can't connect on the same level with them anymore because you are the only one there that's sober, take responsibility and create some scenarios in your life where you can gain and have this human connection and spend time with your friends without alcohol in the environment. So be the first to create a dinner or have a potluck or go out on a hike and an adventure in the daytime on the weekend with a group of your friends. Message them all, create a group chat, send them invites, and let them know that you're wanting to go on a walk on the weekend, or you're all wanting to go to the beach, or you're all wanting to go out to dinner, or whatever the case may be. Just come over and play music and hang out at your place. It can be as simple as that. And if you're the one hosting that, don't bring alcohol. And you can even mention to your friends, this isn't an activity where I feel like drinking. Be crystal clear and be honest with your friends. You know that you can say, I am no longer wanting to drink. This is one of my goals, that I'm not wanting to consume as much alcohol. So I'd love to hang out with you guys, or I'd love to hang out with you and not have any alcohol and not drink. And see if they can respect that decision. See if they will join you on one of the activities you create, whether it's going out to dinner or going for a walk or whatever, and if they can respect that decision and not bring alcohol. And if they can't respect your decision and goal and your desire to hang out with your own friends without alcohol in the same environment and connect with them on a super present, conscious level without alcohol or drugs affecting them, then maybe it's time you look for a new group of friends. It is crucial that when you're wanting to make a big decision and a change in your life, to eliminate something out of your life, whatever the case may be, whether that's a person or a substance, aka alcohol, or a certain food or activity, or whatever the case may be, if you're removing something from your life, it's going to be twice as hard if you don't replace that with something else that is fulfilling and healthy and good for you in return. So any addiction, if you're addicted to cigarettes, smoking, alcohol, a drug, a substance, a certain food group, anything like that, or a person, you are going to struggle. It is going to be twice as hard for you, and you can make it not as hard for you if you learn to consciously create a situation or an environment where you can fill that void with something fulfilling and good for you. So if you're wanting to remove alcohol, this is the main example I'm using in this podcast episode, from your life. You're not wanting to drink anymore, but you still want to socialize and you still want to hang out with your friends. Be the one to start. Be the one to start creating alcohol-free parties. Be the one to start creating hangouts with your friends where you're communicating with them and telling them and letting them know that you're not wanting to drink anymore and you're wanting to hang out with them without there being alcohol involved. And it's also your responsibility, where if you have no friends who can respect that decision, that it's time that you create some new friends who are more in alignment with your values and with your decisions and where you're wanting to go, where you're heading in life. And if you are someone who is wanting to cut back on drinking, I really, really want to congratulate you, because this is a pretty ballsy move. It takes a lot of courage, because it is a lot harder for someone who suffers with social anxiety or being vulnerable and truly connecting deep with someone to do that without alcohol. That is a lot harder, but that is going to bring you so much more fulfillment and so much more happiness in all of your relationships and in all of your friendships in life. It takes courage to be vulnerable, but you can only truly be authentically yourself and authentically vulnerable if you're not influenced by any substance that's changing the chemicals in your brain, i.e., alcohol or a drug. So you're going to find that hanging out with your friends or with a group of people without alcohol, yeah, you might be a little bit more nervous in the beginning, but in the end, when you work on that, and it's just like anything else in life, the more you practice, the better it gets, and the better you'll get at it. You'll learn that you can overcome this anxiety or this awkwardness that you may feel when connecting with a group of people without alcohol, but that will eventually go away. You will strengthen that muscle to connect with people without any alcohol, and you'll feel way more fulfilled at the end of the day. And that's not something that's going to happen straight away. So I give you the courage and I give you the strength, and I share my love with you to anyone who is wanting to make that healthy transition for them in their lives. I am with you all the way, and I will support you as much as I can in that. And I think that's a fucking great decision for you. As a society, we need to learn to be more vulnerable in our connections with people and our friendships and our relationships with other people. We need to learn to strip down the wall, strip down the ego, strip down the barriers and all the fear thoughts, all the fear-based thoughts, and truly and authentically just be ourselves and have this raw inner connection, have this deep and meaningful communication with other people. It is crucial for our overall happiness. If someone's going to be really happy and be really healthy and live a really long life, they are incorporating this in their life. It will get in the way of whatever your goal is if you're not learning to have at least one truly deep and meaningful relationship in your life where that person knows you and sees through you all the way, and where you are dropping your guards and your walls and letting that person truly see you and truly love you for who you really are. So I didn't want to make this a long podcast episode. I just wanted to quickly say and give my recommendation and support to anyone who is not wanting to drink anymore. It is so good for you. You will feel so much better. I highly recommend it to every single person on the planet. Reduce your alcohol consumption, and to get the best results, stop drinking altogether. You will feel the difference in your body. You will feel the difference on your mental health, physical health, and your spirituality and your soul. It will be the best decision of your life. And yeah, I support you all the way. And know that when you're stripping anything out of your life, and if that is your decision to stop drinking, please take action and responsibility and replace that void, that elimination, with something else that's positive. And that goes for anything. And that is also another key thing and key piece of advice that you can take away from this podcast episode is you should be focusing more on things that you can introduce in your life, positive, healthy things that will motivate you, that will make you feel worthy, that'll make you feel loved, self-care practices, great friendships with great, inspiring, loving people, etc., rather than just focusing on what you can eliminate. So stop focusing on eliminating alcohol and eliminating junk food and not hanging out with these people anymore who aren't fulfilling for you, because you are going to end up feeling very, very alone, and it is going to be way harder than if you focus on things that you can add to your life, like exercise or cooking healthy food or creating new friends who are more in alignment with you. It's about adding things that will fulfill you and not just stripping away things, because that's just going to make your decision and your goals 10 times harder to achieve in the end. So I hope you guys learned something from this episode. And if you need my support in anything, whether it's reducing alcohol or just anything in life, please get in touch with me. You can find me on Instagram at arel.hug.love or on Facebook just at arelhug. And if you found this podcast episode was helpful and informative to you, please share it. Just screenshot it and share it with someone on social media or send someone a text message and let them know that you're thinking of them and you feel that some of this information was helpful and would benefit their life. And yeah, just pay it forward and share this knowledge with other people you know and you love. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next podcast episode. Bye. Hey YouTube fam, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button below. And if you think a friend, a family member, or just someone you know who could benefit from this podcast episode, please share this video with them. And if you've been enjoying the Elevate Your Soul podcast, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new episodes weekly. Thank you.